Hey everyone, January's monthly update, energy update. Um, I'm Wendy from the Indigo Doors, and every month I create a painting, and this month is this beauty here, and I'm really excited about this piece. For those of you that know me and follow what I do, I literally create a ceremony around the month, and I ask Spirit what it is that they want us to know and the energy. Um, Look for the painting to hold. So there's everything in here has meaning, and I just kind of go into a trance-like state, and I just kind of paint and have fun, and then the story kind of unfolds of all the things that they want us to know. So this month is really special, um, partly because I never really paint people. I mean, I do sometimes, but whenever there's people in it, it's usually about personal growth, and kind of really focusing in on the self. And though everything is about who we are and kind of cultivating that inner world, this month is kind of it's just very special. It's almost like they want to say like new energy on the planet for sure. And we've been saying that for months, right? This is what part of the awakening is. Um, so yeah, this is going to be kind of a snapshot of what's going on in January. If you want the full video, I do provide that to my subscribers, to of the Quantum Power Deck, where they will get like a 5x7 card of this painting along with the meaning on the back, and then a link to the full video. Um, but this, so here we go. This beautiful, like just kind of soak it in, like you just kind of have to feel it, right? And this is all about transformation, obviously because of the butterflies, but so much more. Like look at her look, right? And it's really it's in the form of a female, partly because we're dealing with everyone, no matter what your gender is embracing this divine femininity. Like it's time to come back to that matriarch, to the balance of the both the masculine and the feminine. So it's kind of swinging to the other side. Years ago, they said the poles are shifting energetically to where the south is becoming the north. Symbolically, that means the feminine is rising in the northern hemisphere, in the masculine, in the mastering of the self in a masculine way is kind of moving to the southern hemisphere of the planet. So energetically, what we as human beings might be working through or moving through or kind of mastering. So this is a call to everybody. It's not just a female painting. It's about connecting in with your divine femininity within, and that is the divine feminine is knowing the self and knowing what your heart's desires is. And you can see here this our hearts are being split open, and in a way it feels like our hearts are breaking. And part of it is this death because it's so they're breaking our hearts so we can kind of shine out our light, and that's partly what this is. um, and as we do that, it creates this spark and creates in essence a new heart here on this planet and within us. So it is an individual message and it's a global message. It's about really going into those dark spaces of facing our dragons. And this is this up here is kind of this ice cave, which also looks like a frozen tree to me. So it's very cool. Kind of has this avatar feel to it. Um, it's this melting of the ice, right? We have to melt the ice of our own desires and passions in the culture that we live in the United States, and obviously a lot of modern Europe and other places in the country or in the world. We are conditioned to kind of keep doing and not thinking about ourselves individually. And though that has worked, and we do need to keep some of those things that we've mastered, as in how do we create community, how do we work together, some of those systems are definitely needed. It's time to embrace our individuality, and that's what this is all about. Like what really is kind of igniting our hearts, because whatever that is, that's our purpose, and that's our natural rhythm, and that's why we're here. We're so out of balance, meaning like where are all the real teachers, not the ones that think I want to be a teacher because it makes the most sense and makes the most money, or I want to be a nurse or a doctor. It's like, where are the healers? Where are the people really meant to be in those positions? And I'm not saying that no one's in the right position. It's more or less like A lot of us need to find what our true path is, our true passions are, and that's a journey. And I personally know that firsthand. It is allowing you to be who you truly are. That's not an easy thing. There could be shame in there, or just a lot of pain and sadness because of all sorts of things. There is a lot of emotional neglect throughout the planet. It's kind of, I feel like that's the pandemic, emotional neglect, because we are awakening to the idea of, wow, our feelings actually matter. How we feel really matters. And no one was brought up that way. Well, most of us weren't brought up that way. So we're all repairing from that, right? Generations and generations of this neglect and this trauma, and even dealing with traumas held in the earth and held in our bodies. That's what this is all about. But it does feel happy. There's a lot of joy here in that process, because as we start facing this and moving through the darkness, moving through those intense anxieties and fears, that's when we start getting our kundalini back. That's when we start tapping into, and our everything starts becoming aligned, where we start tapping into this intense energy that's available to us now. And what that does is it brings life to the unseen. And it's this magical energy, where things happen, miracles happen, growth happens in the most mysterious ways. And we have to kind of embrace this space of our hearts. She's yearning, she's looking up, she's seeking. This is a seeking energy this month. Seek, please start discovering what it is that brings you joy and start acting on it. So there's that, and then there's start really looking into, dive deep into that darkness, dive deep into those dark emotions. That's your way through, meaning learning how to navigate that anxiety. There's a part of you that's afraid, right? There's a part of you that might feel hopeless, and we have to really embrace it to there's light there in the dark, and this is transforming darkness into light. And we have to sit in that pain and sit in that hopelessness and sit in that depression, really feeling it. And I'm talking about an experience, not an intellectual process. You've got to cry, and as much as you need to cry, and you've got to be afraid, I mean, where you think you might be dying, and face that and be like, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Things are not what they seem. You start changing that story, being like, nope, this is just your emotional self needing to express, not anything happening to you. It's not your body dying, right? And Brenda and I, obviously, we offer sessions to help people through this. So, and to give them tools and language to be able to kind of navigate that emotional space. Brenda's amazing. And honestly, her energy sessions can really help with that too. So, if you need help in that space, please reach out. So, um, a lot of transformation, following our own rhythm, tapping more into the divinity within. And there's so much more messages about the earth and stuff, but like what the earth is changing and doing. So please subscribe to the Quantum Power Deck to get more. But if not, sending love always. It's all right here. You can listen and feel it. Feel it. It's supposed to help kind of transition you, help, like, you're supposed to get it by just looking at it, if that makes sense. So much more is happening when you look at these paintings. So enjoy. Sending love so much to everyone that has on my path, in my future, in the past. And I can't wait to share more with you next month. Take care.